Ladies and gents, are we live? Oh yeah! It's been a while since you've seen the Macho Man, Robot Savage, the People's Champion on camera. And today, I have something to explain to all of you. Alright, before I get into nerd mode, what I'm gonna say is that there are 2 days left to go until my birthday celebration on the 5th of August. We're also gonna enjoy the upcoming update to Dauntless. My only question is, can you dig that? Thursday is gonna be a hot day. Are you with me on this? Okay, and now into full nerd mode. The Macho Nerd is back! And what I want to say is that this Thursday we'll be doing my birthday event as well as enjoying the new update for Dauntless. So look forward to that. It should be fun. Should be fun stuff. But in this video, what we're actually going to cover is something that a lot of people have been asking about. How does damage work in Dauntless? Okay. Best way to show you guys this is to go straight to training grounds. Now I'm gonna go, while my character is going in there, I'm gonna show you. This is a character I built with no perks. The only thing that happens is that he's got +1 evasion from a strike down helm. Okay, because I couldn't find a way to not put any helmet on him. And he's got his recruit sword on it. So I'm gonna show and explain to you how damage in Dauntless works, and basically how all of it comes together. Right? It's very, very simple process, very easy kind of process. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, let's play around. Oh yeah. Okay. All right, so now we're in the training ground, right? Now, what you need to understand is that, as you can see right up top, okay, there are 4 kinds of damage: core damage, part damage, stagger damage, wound damage. Okay. What I need you guys to understand first and foremost is that core damage is the only damage that matters. That is the damage you deal to the behemoth's hit points. Part damage does not affect core damage. Part damage damages the behemoth's part. Stagger damage does not affect core damage. It is the damage that builds up the behemoth's stagger meter until it hits the critical point where the behemoth is staggered and gets knocked down. Okay? Wound damage works exactly the same as stagger damage. It builds up when you wound a behemoth using a pike. It's the red damage. It does not affect core damage. Alright? And it builds up until a part is wounded. Okay? Is that explanation clear? Good. There's a reason I'm doing this. Okay, watch. 91 core damage. Notice that I dealt 17 stagger damage and 91 part damage, but my core damage is only 91. Now to the head takes double stagger damage, okay? Look at that. Again, 33 versus, if you go here, 17, okay? So how much did I actually hit the behemoth for? 17 and 91. But my core damage was, let's reset to 0, only 91. Okay? Okay. This is where it gets important. Let's put on a sword that can equip 2 things at the same time, okay? We're going to put on the Cyclonic Fury. No bonds, no cells, nothing. Just recursive hilt, again, doesn't affect anything, okay? Why are we doing this? Okay, watch. We're going to set up something called a baseline that I need you guys to understand. Okay, we'll just move around to a separate thingy over here. Okay. Whack. 122 is the core damage. 122 is the part damage. Okay. Now, a lot of people have been saying, I love Sharpened. It helps me deal more damage. Does it really? I kill a behemoth faster. Does it really? Let's test it. I put in 2 sharpened cells into this sword. Okay, watch this. Now, Do you remember what the part damage was previously? Okay, let's remove both cells, right? Let's set up the baseline. So 122, okay? Just for those that couldn't remember like me. 122 is your base. I'm gonna go put that in a notepad. Base equals 122 core damage, 122 part. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty in math. If I were to put in 2 sharpened cells, okay, whack. Notice that I'm still only dealing 122 core damage, but I'm now dealing 158 part damage. Whack. 158 part damage. So sharpened has only increased my part damage. It has not increased my core damage. And how much was the increase? Okay, let's do some math. Let's go open up Excel or whatever calculation board or your calculator. 158 divided by 122 is an increase of, lo and behold, 30% as stated. Actually, slightly less than 30%, just so you know. Why? Because plus 6 sharpened, if you look at your perks carefully, okay, you're following me, right? After dodging you get plus 30% part damage. Now, again, you're only dealing part damage. Now, you've only dealt an additional 30% part damage, and you have not increased your core damage. What happens if I change this over to Tenacious? Okay, let's add 2 Tenacious cells in right now. You're following me so far, right? Tenacious will give you 2% bonus damage. Now, this damage that says bonus, it's raw damage. That means it increases all damage across the board. Okay? Keep these numbers in mind, okay? I want you to follow along with me here. Now, I have 1,200 hit points with this build. So, 1,200 is 12, okay? If you divide it by 100. It's 12 multiplied by 2, 24%. You're getting 24% bonus damage. Is that really the case? Your core damage with no bonuses was 122. Let's see how much it is now. Whack. 158 core damage, 158 part damage, 31 stagger damage. Please notice that your stagger damage went up, all right? Your stagger damage went up, and I can prove this again, all right? You dealt 151 with Tenacious, 151 core, 151 part, 31 stagger. Yeah, okay. So, how much of an increase is that? Let's check it out. Lo and behold, it is exactly 24%. But notice that your stagger damage and part damage have both gone up as well. Okay? Are you seeing how this works? Previously, if you did not use Tenacious, okay? So now nothing in the sword. Your stagger damage is 18. Okay? 18 stagger. With sharpened, let's put in sharpened again and see how it works, okay? And I'm not doing this to upset anyone, but this is why I need you guys to stop promoting things like sharpened. 18. Do you see that? Your damage, if you put in raw damage like Tenacious, affects your your core damage, which actually kills the behemoth faster. Your stagger damage, which means that you stagger the behemoth faster, knock it down more often, as well as your part damage. So you're still breaking apart faster, you're still dealing more core damage to the behemoth, and you're knocking it down faster, which means you've got more opportunities to focus on the part that you want. This is why I need people to stop adding things like Blade Storm. Do not add Blade Storm. Do not add Sharpened. This is bad for you. Let's add 2 Blade Storms, okay? It will do exactly what it tells you. Plus 40 part damage, okay? Let's see if that's true. I should be dealing 162 part damage. Lo and behold, I am dealing 170. So 170 minus 122. Okay. 48. So I ended up actually dealing more than what is shown. That's pretty cool. But again, my core damage didn't change. All I did, alright, with Blade Storm, was I dealt more part damage. Part damage does not affect core damage. Okay, so if you're adding Blade Storm in, you're missing out on 2 technique slots that could be used for Pulse, could be used for Cunning, could be used for anything else in your build that will actually dish out damage. Berserker. Okay, Berserker. Excuse the sniffle. Still got allergies. But again, this is something that is so key that a lot of people miss out on. People do not pay attention to this. Okay, but it is very fucking important. You cannot make a build that focuses only on increasing one type of damage. Let's go see it with Knockout King that only increases stagger damage. Let's see it. Let's see it. Whack. Knockout King only increases your stagger to 32. And this is with a 30% increase in your stagger damage. But you would get the same if you put Tenacious. You'd kill a behemoth faster, break apart faster, and stagger it faster. Are you seeing why raw damage is so important? Yes, it is not as much as 30%, but there are ways to get it past 30%. And with the 2 cell slots that you're consuming for Sharpened, please, I am begging you guys, stop using Sharpened, stop using Blade Storm unless you are using a part break build. If you are making a part break build for the axe repeaters or whatever else, and you really want to break something, then yes, please use Sharpen and Blade Storm. But do not use it as a substitute for actual damage. You will do fuck all and hurt your team. Your team will be wondering, why the fuck is this idiot doing this? Because he is clearly not doing his fucking job. Okay? Now, this is all with a level 8 sword, so yeah, it would be different with a different level. Yes, I just want to answer that question before it comes up. It'd be different on a different level, but again, I have to tell you that we're not testing. That's why all the testing is done with the same base power and whatever, with the same sword, okay? Now, last but not least, I'm going to teach you one more important lesson, okay? What if you were to put 2 Predator cells, just as an example, all right? This would take your base damage to 35%. Let's see how it affects everything. Whack. 164 core, 164 part, 38 stagger. You've already beaten every other cell, like the Sharpen and whatever specific damage cells. Do you see how that works? Okay. Again, Predator, yes, I know you guys will not be using it most of the time, but there's plenty of other cells to help you stack up toward that. Again, raw damage is the key to everything. Please, please, I'm begging you, stop promoting the idea that Sharpened is a good choice. Stop promoting the idea that Blade Storm is a good choice. Part damage does not affect your core damage. Core damage, the gray damage, is the only damage that matters. Now, one last thing I'm going to show you guys. Acidic. Lots of people ask me about this. Okay. What happens when you have +3 acidic? Converts 50% of part damage, right? So your 122 core damage stays the same, but your part damage gets split and you end up with something like 58 wound damage, slightly under your total amount of part damage. It's not evenly split. Now what happens if you go all the way to +6 acidic, where you get +20% part damage? Again, core damage, lo and behold, something changes here. Something changes here. And this is something I had to show you guys. You ready? Watch this again. Okay. What changes here, and again, I'll show you. Whack. What changes here, are you looking? Okay. Did you see it? You saw it, right? 122 core damage stays the same. All you're getting is 20% part damage, and it does not affect the wound damage. So, this is me apologizing because I was wrong before. You never go +6 acidic. You actually only go +3. So, previously I released a God Hand build with +6 acidic. Don't. You would actually, like, the no dodge God Hand would actually do better with something like Berserker or anything else that increases raw damage. The part damage increase does not carry over into wound damage at all. at all. So +3 acidic is the maximum that you need. Okay? So I hope that this has been an informative video that helps you understand how damage works in Dauntless. Okay? Please, I'm begging you, stop promoting Sharpen, stop promoting Bladestorm. Okay? They are useless when it comes to actually dealing any damage. Okay? Raw damage increases are the most important. Okay? Okay? You're with me, right? You're with me? 100% with me? Okay. Here. Understanding me? Okay, good. Alright, thank you very much for that. And now the Macho Man is back to thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, if you want to drop a tip to support the Macho Man's content and you want to see more of him in action, drop a tip by the link in the description of the video. It'll help me out tremendously. And also, you can send super thanks via YouTube to give me more revenue, have your comment highlighted, and also support the Macho Man's content. Now, last but not least, I gotta say, I hope you will all be there on Thursday night for the birthday celebration, as well as the update that's coming. It's not gonna be a big one, but we're still gonna have fun. So I hope I see you all there. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for joining the Macho Man Robot Savage. Let's move over to the tipper page. Thank you to August top tippers, Bravo 7910, Idget 751, Breachinator, Chrissy Marie Sean, Lewis Grave, Druzy GG, Lee Mitsuki PC Vamps, and Zavi Uzumaki. I appreciate each and every one of you crazy people. Y'all are the best in the world. Oh yeah, the cream rises to the top. I see you on the next one.